What's the current wait time for a new Rolex? For those eager to purchase popular Rolex models directly from the company, dealing with waiting periods can be frustrating. Despite conflicting information online, our channel offers accurate details on wait times and the current status of watch waitlists. In today's video from Ventichic, we won't just give you information about Rolex waitlists, we'll also share useful tips on getting these coveted models without enduring long waits. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel for updates on our future videos. When we talk about waiting lists, people often assume there's a set order in place. This order implies that if someone orders a watch, they can expect it to be delivered after a specific time. However, the Rolex waitlist works differently. It involves ranking customers based on subjective criteria to decide who gets new Rolex watches when they arrive at the store. Some stores openly acknowledge their waitlists, while others might deny having them. Rolex dealers aim to sell their entire inventory before it even arrives, making it challenging to manage the expectations of customers willing to spend a lot on a product that may not be readily available. It's important to know that just filling out a form or showing interest in a Rolex doesn't guarantee a spot on the waiting list. Some retailers may not inform potential buyers for a long time. Placing a definite order for Rolex watches is tough, as traditional waiting lists don't really exist. Instead, you might be added to a prospective buyer list, if you're lucky, where the retailer notes your interest along with others. So, what else can you do? One option is to regularly visit your jeweler and build a good relationship with a salesperson, which might increase your chances of getting popular models. Overall, buying a new Rolex at the listed price can feel like a game. It's strange that buying a high-end luxury watch involves a strict application process, and that seems unfair. Who bears the responsibility for this situation? The pricing in the free market is driven by supply and demand, shaping the sales practices of jewelers and concessionaires. Now, let's move on to our list of the most desired Rolex models. These Rolex models are famous for having very long wait times. It's crucial to note that the mentioned waiting times are based on personal experiences and are purely speculative. So, they shouldn't be considered official information to rely on solely for decision making. The Batman 126710 BLENAR. We're all aware that the Rolex Pepsi has an extensive waiting list, lasting up to 20 years. If you don't want to wait that long for the Pepsi model, but still appreciate its look and features, you can consider this as a good alternative. This model, nicknamed the Batman, was introduced in 2019 with a Jubilee bracelet and is highly sought after, resulting in a 7-year waiting list. Although shorter than the Pepsi waiting time, it's still quite significant. However, if you're not the Joker, you might be able to buy a pre-owned 126710 BLENAR without waiting for years. The Pepsi 126710 BLRO and Daytona 116500 LN. The steel models of Rolex Cosmograph Daytona have always been highly desired timepieces. However, it might be surprising that the Daytona 116500 LN isn't the only Rolex watch with an exceptionally long waiting list anymore. The GMT Master 2 reference 126710 BLRO, introduced at Baselworld in 2018, has now reached a demand level comparable to the Daytona, making it a strong contender for the title of Rolex's most sought-after watch. Due to the incredibly high demand for Rolex watches, jewelers and dealerships have stopped accepting new customers for their waiting lists. For instance, the popular Pepsi model reference 126710 BLRO currently requires a waiting time of up to 20 years for delivery. The same applies to steel Daytona models like reference 116500 LN and the now discontinued reference 116520. Interestingly, the Daytona craze has expanded to Rolzer, with a combination of steel and gold watches and solid gold models as well. None of the Daytona models are easily accessible. Dealerships have abandoned traditional waiting lists and might only keep potential customers on a prospect list if they insist on being placed there, as it is often futile. This situation has arisen due to the tremendous demand for Rolex watches. Sky Dweller Reference 326934. Rolex has a knack for turning new and unfamiliar models into highly sought-after favorites. Among these, the Rolex Sky Dweller introduced in 2012 stands out as the most intricate watch in the brand's lineup. It comes with a day-and-date disc, along with the Saros annual calendar, which can be adjusted through the innovative ring command system. The Sky Dweller series has gained popularity for its striking appearance and a substantial 42mm case. One particular model that has made a lasting impression on watch enthusiasts is the 3269-34. This version, featuring a captivating blue dial, a fluted white gold bezel, and an oyster or jubilee bracelet made of oyster steel, exudes a contemporary feel. Due to its allure, the waiting list for this model is around 3 years, and for new customers without a prior purchase history, the wait can be even longer. Rolex Deep Sea Reference 136660. If you love the Rolex Submariner and want a watch that can handle even more extreme conditions, the Rolex Deep Sea might be the ideal choice. Capable of diving up to 3,900 meters, it suits divers with demanding needs. Despite being discontinued, the Deep Sea 126660 has gained immense popularity, attracting collectors who may not be frequent divers or do not dive at all. As a result, the newly released Deep Sea Reference 136660 now has a waiting list of up to 3 years. Its D-blue dial, transitioning from blue to black, along with a neon green deep sea lettering, has become even more popular than the classic black dial Rolex. Rolex Submariner 116610LV and 126610LV. The Marvel comic character the Hulk may have had many fans, but it's doubtful he was as popular as the Rolex Submariner 116610LV, which bears his name. A true classic in luxury watches, this green Submariner requires a waiting period of at least 3 to 4 years for eager buyers. Despite the Hulk model being discontinued in 2020, it remains highly valued and sought after, securing its place in the Rolex lineup and on waiting lists. The new Submariner 126610LV, also known as the Starbucks or Kermit, with its green bezel and black dial, demands years of waiting. Once again, for those who don't want to wait years for their favorite timepiece, whether it's the 116610LV or the 126610LV, the second-hand market offers a promising option. Are there alternatives to waiting for sought-after Rolex models? Certainly, many coveted Rolex and luxury watch models are available in the market as refurbished timepieces, ready for immediate online purchase. These watches usually come with guarantees of authenticity, functionality, and pristine condition. The best part is that there's no waiting period, purchase history requirement, or similar obstacles to overcome. So if waiting for a new wristwatch isn't a concern, but you still want a timepiece to wear, exploring these refurbished watch options with similar features could be an excellent choice. Rolex watch availability is tied to the brand's production capacity for movements. Currently, each Rolex watch has a waiting list or a potential buyer's list of at least 100 people, and this number continues to rise. Moreover, during crises, the demand for gold watches tend to increase, while steel watches remain popular in normal times, resulting in high demand. What are your thoughts on the Rolex waiting list? Do you believe Rolex watches with the longest waiting times deserve the attention they receive? We'd love to hear your perspectives and opinions in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, please share your feedback below, and don't forget to follow us and give us a thumbs up. Thank you for watching Ventichic, and we look forward to having you with us again in our future videos.